I don't know about you guys, but I just read, I just read the biggest news, the biggest news of AITX thus far, for me at least. Now, I know a lot of you out there are like, Brooklyn, how can we beat news like we just got? Top logistics company as a client, followed by the top auto retailer next couple days, then the top communications company as a client, then the top energy company as a client. Week after week, day after day, month after month, we get better news and better news and better news with AITX, and we're just getting started. This is just the beginning of this company that, in my opinion, will be one of the biggest in the world. So you say, Brooklyn, how can you even say that? How can you say that this news that we're going to get into is the biggest? How can it be bigger than the fact that we got Six Flags? We got 7-Eleven, McKesson, CVS, XPO Logistics, and all these other Fortune 10, Fortune 50, and Fortune 500, 100 companies at these beginning stages of this company. What can be even bigger than the partnerships we have every week? New partnerships. What can be better than the fact that we have paid bashers and shorts spending their whole lives, this beautiful weather, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, their whole weekends, their whole weeks, 24/7, day after day on StockTwits trying to bash a company, devote their lives to it. What can be better than that? What can scream bigger than that, than these bozos focus their whole lives on this company? They might as well go on the top of the Empire State Building and scream, AITX is the biggest, best company in the world that we're going to have, and then jump off. Because that's what they're basically doing. People with real money understand that nobody will focus their whole lives trying to bash and short a company that's not going to be one of the biggest. So the news that we're going to get into right now, it's a very small sentence, and most of you probably seen it by now. But right after we touch on that, we're going to get into a few articles. Just a few articles on artificial intelligence in general by two people. One of them I respect as a businessman, and one of them I think is the biggest bozo in the world, but we're going to take a look at what he said also. So now let's get into right quick this AITX news. Steve, I was waiting for this one. This is something that I was really, really looking forward to, and in my opinion, this is a game changer. And man, let's just get into it. Steve said, "Oh yeah, 1 hour ago, first residential Rosa installed. As our costs come down with volume, we'll likely make these available to folks that realize that cameras these days are forensic devices and no longer effective deterrents. Direct-to-consumer version in September-ish." Steve, man. I couldn't be happier than what I just read. That really just made my weekend. That right there will change the game. We're no longer just B2B. We're now going into residential. And man, if you guys thought this company was going to be big before, this right here is a game changer, guys. Don't forget, besides all these huge clients that we're getting day after day, and he said yesterday in the weekly video that we have even more sales coming this week announced. Don't forget the partnerships that we made with the drones, right? The drone company, with the gunshot eagle detection partnership, with the Ghost Robotics that's going to be making the dog for us. First Residential Rosa. Man, it looks good out there. I wonder what's the market cap on the biggest residential security companies in the world. I wonder what's the residential security market cap on top of what we already have. Guys, I've been dealing with businesses for over 15 years, man. Believe me when I tell you. This right here, I've been waiting for this news, man. I've been waiting for this news, guys. Horrible news out, not out, but what happened yesterday in Buffalo. It's crazy. All these shootings happening right next to people I love, man. Like, right next to where I gotta get on the phone and make sure my family's alright. Like, on a train in Brooklyn, what happened on the train? My son takes that same train at that same time. He gets on the train that same time, but his daycare is a couple stops away. Yesterday, what happened in Buffalo, this went down in the hood in Buffalo, but Buffalo's a lot like Brooklyn, where you got the trenches, then you got the regular parts, and everything's close by. My sister was 15 minutes away. I had to get on the phone, make sure everything was alright. But man, it's getting crazy. And I just saw another shooting just went down on a church. I believe one casualty already. Multiple people shot. Again at 2 p.m. Yesterday was what, 2:30, now 2 p.m. It's getting crazy. So I just want to remind people out there that we do have gunshot detection software in these devices. We cover all bases with these products. Guys, pay attention. Let's get into these couple articles. Just real quick. Mark Cuban predicts AI will dominate the future workplace. To be successful, you're going to have to understand it. Guys, hit the like, subscribe if you don't mind, by the way. Appreciate you. Whether you're an entry-level employee or a CEO, you probably need to understand the internet and mobile technology to succeed. Next on that list, Mark Cuban, artificial intelligence. On a recent episode of the Colin Cowherd podcast, hosted by Fox Sports anchor Colin Cowherd, the billionaire whose first venture was a computer consulting service said artificial intelligence is already beginning to take over the business world. Soon it'll become as essential to businesses as personal laptops and smartphones, he said. There's two types of companies, those who are great at AI and everybody else. Cuban said, and you don't necessarily have to be great at AI to start a company, but at some point, you're going to have to understand it. It's just like the early days of PCs. You don't have to be good at PCs, but it helped. Then networks, then the internet, then mobile. Cuban's comment echoed a talk he gave at the 2017 SW conference in Austin, Texas, when he asserted that the world's first trillionaire would be an AI entrepreneur. Steve, you like that sentence there, buddy? Let's read that one more time. Cuban's comments echoed a talk he gave at the 20th, at Austin, Texas, where he asserted that the world's first trillionaire would be an AI entrepreneur. Let's get to this bozo now. Let's see what this bozo said. I ain't even really read this, but says China's AI development catching up to US TechCrunch. This is what this bozo, you guys know this bozo? So this bozo, right? The US still leads in artificial intelligence. But China's companies are advancing quickly and are arguably ahead in some areas of research, including facial recognition software, reports TechCrunch. Inequality will be worsened by major powers that dominate AI, which will cause new types of inequity in the world, the story says. Russian President Vladimir Putin once told a group of school children that whoever leads in AI will be the ruler of the world, the report says. Go read the full article on TechCrunch. Guys, that news, that tweet that Steve just sent out is a game changer. You guys thought I was bullish on this company before. If you guys thought I was bullish on AITX before, that right there, guys, I've been waiting for that one. Salute to everybody out there. Hope you guys have a great end of your weekend. Put this video up on a Sunday night, and let's have a good week. Very optimistic of the rest of this year in the stock market. I think if you guys haven't checked out that video yesterday, check it out. I think that news that we got with Webull is another game changer for the penny stocks. Salute, guys. I'm out of here.